Hey guys, I'm here today to do a book review, and that is going to be for Roseblood by A.G. Howard. This was one of my anticipated reads. I really enjoyed it. There's one thing that bothered me with this book, but overall, as a whole, this book was pretty good, and I really enjoyed the plot and the story, and just a lot of the elements were done really well. I can't wait to talk into it. And there will be some spoilers in this, like not too much of a spoilery talk, but there's just a few things that I want to touch on here just to talk about. And yeah, so let's get into the review. Now with this book, it is a retelling of Phantom of the Opera, but what I really liked about it is like the characters are in a retelling of Phantom of the Opera, but they also talk about the story. So it's kind of like the main character Rune, is she sees the elements of the story and then sees how her life is sort of becoming the story. So that is something that I thought was really cool, is it's not just a retelling and no one knows about it. Like, I really like this idea, and A.G. Howard is an author that does this, where they write a story but have the elements of the story known to the character, which I think is just a really cool idea. Now the whole plot I thought was done really well in this book. Like, I liked that the story was rehashed and we got to meet so many characters, and so many people had so many like different sides to them, which was something that I really liked. But it was a bit slow paced in some areas, so that made it a bit difficult to want to keep reading. Like, not that I didn't want to keep reading, but it's kind of just like when it was a bit slow, I wasn't really caring as much. But then it would pick up, then it would slow, then it would pick up, then it would slow, and I was just like, just keep a constant with the story. So with the characters, I really liked Rune, and I liked that she had that a disorder. I don't know if it's like orapic compulsive sing. It's something like she's compelled to sing when she hears certain music, so she just bursts out into song. So it's something she can't help, but it's also like linked to her having the voice of Christine, who is the original person in the Phantom of the Opera. Like, she's inherited their voice and it's in her body now. She was born with it, or when the violin played, it got released into her body. That's what happened, it got released into her. So she has this voice, but she can't control it and it scares her. So she goes to this opera singing school because, you know, her mom's just like, there's nothing wrong, you just go to school and learn. And like, the relationship she has with her mom's really good, but I just never understood that when she's just like, yeah, just go to this singing school and you'll figure it out. It's just like, really you're gonna put her somewhere. It's like someone who is trying to stay away from drugs goes to a drug making school. It's just like, it doesn't work. They're gonna end up dabbling, or they're gonna end up randomly singing in the public and ruining people's auditions. But overall, I really did like Rune. She was pretty cool, and she was really smart and a curious person. So she went into things really curiously, and I really liked that aspect of it, because she just was like, oh, there's some random like bits of blood and ripped clothing, I'm gonna go follow that and do this. Like, it was a curious but stupid. But definitely, I thought she was pretty cool. She had a good relationship with her mum, and she made a lot of nice friends, and I did like how she was able to end up controlling her power and how she was able to use it, and then was able to sing with Thorn and have a lot of fun with it. And one thing though is, like, with the auditions to do this, there was a play that they were all getting ready for, or no, an opera play that they were all getting ready for, a musical. An opera play, what the fuck? A musical. And it was her best friend and the bitch of the school that were applying for the positions, and then the bitch of the school didn't do very great, or no, she did alright, and then the other girl who they all wanted to get in, she freaked out and ran. So it was really good, because Rune's just like, these bitches suck, I'm gonna do it. And I could see that she was just gonna sing, get the position, have her friend be understudy, and then like on the night just be like, I can't perform because I'm dying and I'm sick. Like, that's what I was keen for. And then it didn't, but still, I really just liked that she was going to do that. But on to Thorn, he is precious. I loved his point of view more than I loved Rune's. Like, Rune was still pretty cool, but just Thorn is just, he's just like a little monster, like a little monster cub, and he's just growing up to be a monster. But it's like, he's grown up in this monstrous environment, but he's still being able to stay pure. Like, even though he's done things and been part of things and, you know, everything that goes on with people in this book, he seriously was so adorable. And the way he loves Rune is just great too, because they're like, they're heart flames, so it's like they're soul, you know, the whole idea that the soul gets divided into two bodies and you're going to make your way back to each other and be in love. And I loved that. That was like, their relationship was cute, but it was like very not there. Like, it was like they had the relationship and then suddenly it was just like, oh, we have to be together and married and we love each other. Like, it was insta love in a really weird way. Something I didn't get though is, like, he walks around in like 19th century clothing, but he knows about the modern world. He knows everything about it. He's under the school chilling, watching people, but it's like, I don't get it. Why don't you modernize yourself? Why don't you wear modern clothes or learn to do things? Like, you're there seeing all these things to make life easier, and yet you just chill in your ancient clothes. It's just like, why? I would be just like, well, give me a mobile phone in some dresses or something. Like, seriously, it's just like they only have, like, he was only allowed to have electricity, and I'm just like, just get more stuff, because it's just, you need more stuff. Now, to get into the thing that irritated me with this book, that wouldn't irritate me in probably any other book, is that the big plot reveal, or really was it a plot reveal? Like, I don't think it's really a big spoiler. Like, it's just that the big thing is that they're vampires. It just didn't feel good to me. Like, even though, like, the Phantom of the Opera has that kind of vampire-y feel to it, it's just, they could have gone in another way. Like, the story was okay without the vampire thing happening. Like, seriously, there's energy-sucking vampires, and Rune's a vampire, and she's never realized, and she kissed one boy and killed him or something, and now it's like, I'm a vampire, and I'm just like, and they're all vampires, and they all suck the energy from everyone, and if you suck more energy, you can live longer, and I'm just like, I hate this idea. Like, I mean, seriously, vampires are cool, but I haven't read much from vampires lately. It's just, it's kind of like really, like, you know, 2008 for me, but like, seriously, vampires, it's just, I don't know why, it just feels a bit, not immature, but it just feels younger for the creepiness of this book, because it is creepy. It's creepy and weird and mysterious, and you're just like, oh, and then it's like, oh, vampires, and I'm like, oh my god, just ruined it for me. Like, seriously, I gave this book 4 stars. Like, I docked a star because the vampires in the book. I just didn't work, in my opinion, and I hated that part of it. So yeah. And the other spoilery thing I wanted to talk about is just the fact that Eric, who is the original Phantom of the Opera, like, this is how they incorporated it, is like, the story wasn't fake, it was real. Like, Eric is it, the guy with the mask and all that shit, he kept his unborn child in like a little bin to put Rune's voice in, which is Christina's voice, and like, he's kept this child alive, and he's been using birds and animals to keep it alive, and it's just like, yuck. Like, seriously, this guy's crazy. He kept a baby alive for years, like, giving it energy and just having its corpse right there, and I'm just like, that's disgusting. Who does that? Like, who keeps a baby alive? Like, what the hell? I don't like it. It was really creepy, and I was just thinking at first they kept Christina alive, and then it's just like, nah, they kept her child alive that died, and I'm just like, it's a bit gross. I'm telling you, it's a bit gross. Like, I mean, I was meant to be creepy and all that. Like, this book definitely had that creeper factor, but like, yuck. I didn't like it. There's not really that much I have to say. Like, I mean, it's like, I've covered the characters and I've covered the plot, and there's not really like much happens besides the vampire thing and the baby thing and everyone. She gets to keep her voice, they get to fall in love, they go and live, and she wants to stay in Paris, and, you know, everything's all good. But yeah, it's not really that much else to say. Like, I enjoyed it, but it's kind of like, not as memorable as probably a lot of other books will be for me in like 10 years or something, but definitely would recommend it. It was a really good retelling. Like, definitely loved the retold elements of this book, and yeah, you guys should read it. And, you know, you shouldn't, because you would be already have read this book if you've gone this far. I always speak like it's a spoiler free, and I'm like, it's not. It's not. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this book review. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!